Did you know that Elon Musk just made a crazy forecast about the price of Tesla stock? While many people think that Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, just says what's on his mind to stir up controversy, others think that occasionally his statements are worthwhile. To learn more about this, stay watching and tuning in. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, is well known for making contentious remarks. Most people think he does this to get attention from the media and make waves for himself and Tesla as a result. There is no denying that, if accurate, that is a quick and simple method for Tesla to get traction. If that is accurate, then that is a fantastic and cost-free marketing tactic. You can see Elon Musk's wild forecast for Tesla shares in today's video. It is noteworthy that Tesla CEO Elon Musk instructed his senior team to stop hiring new employees and make employment cuts in an internal email at the beginning of June. A few days later, a follow-up email clarified that the job losses would only apply to salaried staff, which includes managerial and supervisory positions, according to a report by Reuters. Still, what might Musk's wild forecast for Tesla stock really be about? Experts predict that Tesla will face both favorable and unfavorable circumstances in 2022. The Starlink project, China's aggressive output, and the recently constructed plants in Austin and Berlin are all positive elements. Elon Musk has been working on the Starlink project for the past few years with the goal of using a network of private satellites in orbit to bring internet access to even the most distant areas of the planet. In 2021, it accelerated, and Starlink can today take pride in having more than 2,000 satellites. Musk said in a tweet that the Starlink IPO would be advantageous to Tesla stockholders. Additionally, Tesla overcame shortages of semiconductors by updating its firmware and substituting chips. Due to this, Tesla was able to manage manufacturing far more effectively than the majority of manufacturers. This has shown to be quite beneficial when the COVID-19 lockout caused problems with the industry's supply chain. China is a big market for Tesla and other electric vehicles. Furthermore, projections indicate that in 2022, China will account for 40% of the EV makers' deliveries, adding nearly 400 to its share price. Tesla may benefit greatly if the Chinese market is managed well. Lastly, establishing additional gigafactories in Austin and Berlin in 2022 may significantly increase output. It will expand Tesla's reach throughout the world and enable it to generate 2 million units a year instead of the current 1 million. Conversely, adverse projection elements encompass rivalry, financial rates, and additional economic aspects, together with policies, levies, and penalties. Even while Tesla is without a doubt the market leader for electric vehicles globally, a number of rivals are lining up to challenge Tesla. Furthermore, Tesla's projection for 2022 may be impacted by worries about rising interest rates and the Fed's announcement of bond tapering, which might cause ordinary investors to book profits and switch to less costly ones. Regulators have not been fond of Tesla lately, and this could spell trouble for the business in 2022. Since many Americans disagree with China's plan and more regulatory inspection, to put it mildly, has an impact on cash flow and production efficiency, there may be a number of fines and fees associated with Tesla's development plans, not to mention possible monitoring. Tesla did, however, publish earnings in April, and the majority of the figures exceeded projections. Due to the stock's strong demand throughout the world and the sharp increase in oil prices, the majority of experts are bullish about it. Additionally, Tesla has handled the lack of chips better than most of its rivals. Lastly, Tesla's technical and execution capabilities are strengthened with the launch of the new Gigafactory in Berlin. Tesla released its financial figures for the first quarter of the 2022 fiscal year on April 20. By the conclusion of the first quarter, total revenues had reached $18.76 billion, which translated into an 81% year-over-year increase in the company's top-line performance. With $16.86 billion in sales, automobiles continued to make up the majority of this amount, an 87% rise over the same period last year. In Q1 2021, Tesla's operating margins increased by 1,349 basis points to 19.2%, while its GAAP gross margin increased by 779 basis points to a percentage. At $3.32 billion, Tesla's GAAP net income represented a 658% year-over-year rise. On the same time period, earnings per share increased 246% to $3.22. The corporation generated $2.23 billion in free cash flows throughout the same time period, and at the conclusion of the same year, its total cash equivalents and marketable securities were $18.1 billion. The company's long-term debt and financial leases totaled $3.15. According to a 2011 Tesla memo that was leaked to investors, Musk stated, "Second place should need a telescope to see us." This demonstrates how Tesla has been in the lead in EV manufacturing since 2011 and how the other EV manufacturers are well behind them. Salman Khan, an American educator and the creator of the free online, non-profit educational platform and organization Khan Academy, questioned Tesla CEO Elon Musk in 2013 about his predictions for the electric vehicle EV industry's growth over the next 5 to 10 years, and what inspired the now leading EV car maker leader to take on this project. Approximately $6 billion was Tesla's market capitalization at the time of the interview. Elon Musk responded to Khan's query by saying, "With Tesla, the goal is to try to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport." Musk revealed that, in his opinion, it will still occur. "We have an unpriced externality in the price of petrol," he declared. "We were accounting for the consequences of CO2 on the atmosphere and oceans. The usual forces of the market are being disrupted as a result. Thus, Tesla aims to serve as a catalyst to quicken the regular forces that would otherwise cause a typical market reaction." Do you believe Tesla's goal of switching the auto industry to electric vehicles can be accomplished? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. According to Musk, they're aiming to set things in motion and bring it about in 10 years. He continued, "For that reason, Tesla is making electric cars and not any other kind of car." He said at the time that they supply Toyota and Mercedes with powertrains and that they intended to do the same for other automakers in the future. He continued, "The goal is to help accelerate the production of electric vehicles." Elon and Tesla set out to quicken the automobile sector's shift to electric vehicles as early as 2013. He stated, "Our goal is not just to become a big brand or compete with Honda Civic, but rather to advance the cause of electric vehicles." Musk stated that until the industry is entirely electric, they would merely keep producing more and more electric vehicles while bringing down their price. The CEO of Tesla responded, "I made a bet with someone that it would be sooner than 20 years, so it's 17 years from now." When Salman questioned Elon about when he anticipated that 50% or all cars will be electric. However, that seems conservative to me. It's probably around 13 or 14 years old, I believe. The moment of our Mars mission. It might sound a bit crazy to make a prediction of this nature in 2013. In 13 or 14 years from 2013, that would be approximately 2027 or 2028. It remains to be seen whether Elon Musk was correct in his prognosis, despite the fact that some people may still think it is absurd today. Adoption of new technologies typically follows an S-curve. According to Musk's explanation, people typically underestimate it at first because they like to extrapolate in a straight line. They'll kind of overestimate it in the middle. It will also take longer than people anticipate in the middle, but much less time than they anticipate at the beginning because there are late adopters. However, I'm rather happy with how things are developing. Actually, I believe that energy storage technology is advancing more quickly than most people realize. Despite Tesla's impressive track record in the sector, it's impossible to predict what the company's future holds. Considering the company's performance in the stock market, investors are torn between selling and holding their stocks these days. Those that are still bullish have ridiculous price projections for Tesla in the future. The lesson for investors is that, at least initially, Tesla stock may face challenging times. Even though Tesla's stock has already dropped more than 30% this year, conventional measures still place them at a premium. Based on earnings over the last 12 months, the stock's price-to-earnings ratio is still near 100, suggesting to investors that this leader in a rapidly expanding industry will see tremendous growth in the years to come. Given that the company has stated that it anticipates 50% volume growth over the next few years, those growth projections would seem to be realistic. But if Musk's forecast of a slowing economy comes to pass, the latest events may point to a certain amount of a slowdown in that growth. There might be a significant effect on Tesla's share price. Long-term investors shouldn't be too bothered by this, but for those wishing to start or expand their positions, there may soon be better possibilities available for Tesla shares at a cheaper price. For more thought-provoking stuff, be sure to visit our channel and view our other films.